If you struggle to stay consistent in fitness, feeling like you're forcing yourself into routines that just do not work for you, keep watching. So the goal of our video today is to kind of reframe the mindset of creating a routine that incorporates fitness from something that looks almost like a punishment to ourselves to an act of self-love, because we love ourselves, we respect ourselves enough to want to take care of our bodies and to put our health first. That being said, it can be difficult to really know how to change or create a routine that you can stick with that isn't going to cause you burnout. So we're gonna go over that today. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Coach Cassie. I'm the founder and trainer of Rosero Fitness, and I work specifically with women on creating long-term lifestyle changes to help them get closer to their health and fitness goals, as well as maintain it for the long term, creating a life that embodies health, because for some reason we just don't do that. But that's just me, you know? But if you're watching this video, you probably agree, at least to some extent. So I'm gonna help you out with this bit of creating a sustainable routine for you. So first thing we're gonna talk about is the mindset going into creating this routine. Fitness, taking care of yourself is not supposed to be a form of punishment. Yes, like if you quote unquote mess up, it's okay to feel bad. Not to like belittle yourself for it, that's not healthy. To feel a little bit down because, you know what, I was supposed to go to the gym today and I didn't, not because anything happened, but because I just didn't feel like going, and I feel kind of bad about it because I deserve better than that from myself. Totally healthy. There's a big difference between that and I didn't go to the gym today and I'm a piece of crap for it and I don't deserve anything and I'm always gonna be this unhealthy, out of shape, whatever situation is, I'm always gonna be that way. And I just suck, right there. That is very, very different. Fitness is not meant to be a form of punishment. You are going to burn out because you're essentially putting yourself through something that's associated with such a low self-worth and such a low image of yourself. Fitness is about respecting yourself and understanding that you are worth so much better than you've been giving yourself. Like taking care of your body, building muscle, allowing your body to be in a position where it can perform at its greatest capacity and its greatest potentials, fueling your body so that it can take care of itself, so you can perform better, not just in the gym, but in your day-to-day life. So your brain can function better, you have better cognition, better memory, you can focus, you're in a better mood for the people around you that you do have to take care of, your spouse, your children, your family members, your friends, your animals. Like, this is something that should be based off of love and respect for oneself. Or if you're the type of person that you just cannot care about yourself for some reason, right? Then you do it for others, because you are going to be that much better for those around you if you are treating yourself better. If you're taking care of yourself, you will have more patience. Again, you'll be in a better mood, you'll focus better. Therefore, how you interact with others and how you show up for others will be positively impacted by how much you put towards your health. Love, not punishment. Respect, not punishment, not shame. But let's just get that out of the way, okay? This is not a hate yourself thing. This is a love and respect yourself enough to do better thing. So as far as going into building the routine itself, there's 3 things you want to focus on, and this kind of goes into what I said in my last video, 5 ways to build sustainable habits. Kind of a similar thing in this regard, but we're going specifically into the scheduling. So first of all, you need to identify your needs and your lifestyle. So this kind of goes into the self-awareness part of everything, right? What does your day look like right now? And then what needs to change? What are you willing to change? And what are you willing to go through to better yourself, right? So consider your schedule, right? What would work better? Morning or evening workouts? When do you have more energy? When do you have more time? When can you carve out that time? Next thing could be energy levels. So what type of movement makes you feel good? What type of movements has your body responded well to, especially if you've done this before but you just couldn't like stick to it? Try to think back, like, what did I genuinely enjoy doing? And then what am I willing to put myself through in combination with the stuff I already do enjoy doing? That way I'm less likely to not do anything at all. But specifically with energy levels, it's like, what made me feel the best physically, right? Was it So ideally, like a good routine, it has some cardio, some resistance training, and then consistent daily movement of some sort. Daily movement may not be an exact workout, but it could be like going for a walk or something. That's like the trifecta of movement, is like those 3 things. I mean, especially if you're just starting out, right, you want to take it step by step. Again, just like what made you feel physically the best in your experience. And if nothing made you feel good, well, maybe you should try something else. Like if you've only done cardio and you just can't stick to cardio, try doing lifting some weights. And as you get motivated from the results you're seeing from weights, as well as the enjoyment you get from weights, you'll be that much more likely to tough it out through the cardio. Story of my life, because you're already there. 2, you've built the routine of putting yourself through hard stuff for the sake of your health, so that way you're much more likely to stick to something that you don't otherwise enjoy because you know it has benefits. Personal preferences. There's so many different ways to get in movement. It's not always like lifting heavy circles at a gym. It can be, right? You can do that. You can do workouts at home. You can do group fitness classes. There's outdoor activities like rock wall climbing or swimming, stuff like that. So like personal preferences, what are some ways that you genuinely want to do that is going to get in more movement in your day-to-day life or in your weekly life? And then I would also kind of look at, we mentioned going back to see what you enjoyed. Look at where you struggled. It may not be specifically like in the gym or with your diet. Sleep, stress, consistency, accountability, getting outside, drinking your water. Like where have you struggled the most, and then what routinely pulls you from wanting to go to the gym? Write that down. Do whatever you're doing on this. Like hopefully you're taking notes on this, because like this is, I can say it's a lot, but it's definitely you're definitely gonna want to write it down or to organize it later if you're a type A person like me. But yeah, so understand your past struggles. Try to problem solve ahead of time, I'd say. Like, what can I do to prevent this? / what can I tell myself to make sure I go do the things I need to do anyway? So, number 2, you are going to focus on the 5 basics of health. 5 basics of health. My 5 basics of health, but also like, it's a pretty general consensus that these are all very, very important. Movement, food, sleep, water, sunlight. You need all 5. I've got videos on each one of them. Go watch them. They are all so important when it comes to your physical health, and this is what's going to establish a baseline for you. If you still cannot get in shape by sticking to prioritizing these 5 things, then at least you have the foundations down, and then you can build off of that later. Then you can go to like a nutritionist or a doctor or somebody, get your blood work done, see if there is genuinely something else that's going wrong, or that is keeping you from being able to see the results. Otherwise, 5 basics of health. Go watch those videos. I will link them down below. Number 3 is going to be keep it sustainable. You don't have to jump into going to the gym 5-6 times a week. You don't have to only eat unseasoned chicken, rice, and broccoli. I don't eat unseasoned chicken, rice, and broccoli. I at least put adobo on it. Just a joke. That's a joke. I season my stuff. But start with like 3 days a week going to the gym. 3 days a week doing cardio. You mix it up. You don't have to only do strength training or only do cardio. You can do yoga, you can join a recreational sport or martial arts. Again, you can do your group classes. Like there's so many different ways to get movement. You can go hiking. There's plenty of those groups around, and they are so open to newcomers. Guarantee it. Go join one of those. Your legs will die, and make sure you have quality hiking shoes. Other than that, like there's so many things you can do. Like don't restrict yourself to only having to go to a facility specifically made for, we'll say powerlifter, bodybuilder, rehabilitation, conditioning, like the stereotypical workouts that you see online. Granted, that's what I do. I'm not saying that they're bad, but like you have more options than that. So the next one is listen to your body. And yes, you should listen to your body. If you are in so much pain that you have to take painkillers, take a day, that's fine. Make sure you're taking the time to recover from your training, and make sure you're eating enough so your body has something to fuel itself off of post-workout, so your muscles can be rebuilt and even build more muscle. But caveat, right? So when we are out of shape, we've been out of shape for an extended period of time, our body will adjust to the patterns that we give it. So an example of this would be not eating in the mornings. and only eating at like 11, 12 in the morning, in the afternoon, because we're just not hungry. That's not a good reason not to eat, right? You still need to eat. Your body needs fuel at like right when you wake up, unless you're waking up at 11 a.m. That's a different story. But if you're waking up at like 6, 7, 8 because you have kids or you need to go to work, like don't skip breakfast just because you're not hungry. You still need to eat. Your body is telling you you're not hungry because you at some point had decided that you were not going to eat in the morning, and then you kept doing that over and over and over and over again, and suddenly your body adjusted to not eating in the morning, so it started signaling suppressing hunger cues until that time of 11 a.m. rolls around, and so it's like, oh hey, this is when we usually eat. Signal the hunger cues. Your body's responding to the patterns you gave it. Same thing with like eating in the middle of the night. If you're like a person who wakes up in the middle of the night because you want to get a snack, your body doesn't necessarily need food that late at night unless you just didn't eat it during the day. It's that you at some point had gotten up in the middle of the night to go get something to eat, or you got up in the middle of the night, couldn't sleep, and decided to get something to eat, and then you kept doing that over and over and over and over and over again, and so now your body's like, oh, we eat at this time, let's wake up and go eat. Doesn't mean that you need to be eating. It just means that your body's used to eating at that time. So caveat with the whole listen to your body thing. And overall, give yourself some grace. As far as the sustainability point, give yourself some grace. This is not meant to be perfect, it's meant to be progress. Right? Progress over perfection, always. You're going to mess up, you're going to have days where you just do not stick to it, and that is okay. That is okay. Obviously try to more often than not. At the end of the day, the results will show what they're going to show. It happens, it's okay. It happens, it's okay. Give yourself some grace. It's kind of a duality thing, right? So, yeah, like on the one hand, yes, you need to push yourself to go when you don't want to go. You need to push yourself to do the things that you know you need to do when you don't want to do them because they're so opposite to what you're used to doing. At the same time, we don't want to do that so much that we are discouraged from ever wanting to do it because it just makes us feel like crap. Kind of like a twofold. So common challenges that come with a new routine. First of all, it's going to be hard. It's always hard to change from something you're used to something that you've maybe even never done before, because your brain creates a new neural pathway every time you do something. So if you do the same thing over and over and over again, that neural pathway goes over and over and over and over and over again until it goes from, think like a rocky road to a smooth asphalt road, right? Like no potholes in it or anything. That's what progressively happens as you make the same decision over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Anytime you do something new, you're back on a new rocky road. So you're constantly trudging through, your neurons are constantly trudging through new territory every time you do something new. This is going to be hard, but the more you do it, the smoother those roads are. So common things that happen is, I don't have time. Right? I don't have time to be doing all of this. This is too much. It's basically a full-time job. I can't do this. Go back to sustainability. First of all, did you set the expectation way too high for where you actually are? Let's be honest with ourselves. It's okay if you're not there yet. You can work your way up to it. Another thing, this is not convenient. Set the expectation from the beginning that this is not going to be convenient and you are going to have to go when you don't want to. You have to carve out time during your lunch break, during the few hours, if an hour you get to yourself at night, that needs to be dedicated to the gym. It may not be the me time that you're used to, but it is something that is going to give you more energy in the long run, that is going to improve your health in the long run. Even if it's just 30 minutes to an hour, you have to carve out that time. If you want to see results, if you want to change your life, if you want to improve your health, there is no getting around that. You have to make it a priority, as inconvenient or seemingly impossible as it is. So there is such a thing as like having like really short workouts. That's fine if they're short. It's fine if they don't look like the stuff you see on YouTube or the stuff you find for like bodybuilder pages. You just need to do something that's going to push you a little bit further than where you are. It doesn't have to look a specific way. It just needs to be something that's challenging you. Another challenge that comes up is, I don't have any motivation. Who said you had to have motivation? I didn't. I never say you have to have motivation. It certainly helps. It certainly helps, right? Set yourself up for success. Hence the tip of try to incorporate some things you enjoy. So you're not like dreading it. because it's that much harder to push yourself to go do it. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to push yourself to go do it, right? Discipline over motivation. Motivation actually is often a side effect of doing something that you otherwise didn't want to be doing. You'll be motivated afterwards. Can't tell you how many times I've gone to the gym dragging my feet the entire time through every set and every rest and every rep. And the second I got out of the gym, oh my God, I feel great. I feel amazing. I feel like I could conquer the world. Where was this like 2 seconds ago? That's just how it works sometimes. So don't rely on motivation. You do not need it. You do not need to feel like it. You can go do it anyway. You can do it tired, you can do it sad, you can do it mad, as long as you go do it. Another interesting one is I feel guilty on my rest days, or I feel guilty when I miss my workouts. Again, I think not necessarily guilt, but understanding that, like having a feeling of I definitely could have done better in this. Healthy. I'm a piece of crap because I missed my workout. Unhealthy. This is fine. This is productive. This is higher standards for yourself. This is I'm going to put myself down because I didn't go lift heavy circles. No. We don't do this. No. Bye. We don't do that. We do this. We do this. We, again, frame it off of love and self-respect. Sometimes we are going to miss workouts. Even I miss workouts sometimes. Even the most dedicated people in the world miss a workout or two in their lifetime. It's very, honestly, truly very rare because they prioritize the crap out of it, but it does happen. So understand that recovery is part of the process. And if you miss a day, it's okay. As long as you get back in it. As long as you get back in it. You don't want that to be your normal. If that's your normal, something needs to change. Even if it's just you need to push more. You need to push more, right? That could very well be a solution. Otherwise, maybe it's I need to reset my expectations, like we said a few minutes ago. But whatever it is, do not beat yourself up. Do not be discouraged. Do not assume that your worth as a person revolves around whether or not you go to the gym. It doesn't. It's important, but it's not that. I promise it's not that. So just to recap, and I know I'm very abrasive with this, is because I'm very passionate about it and I've seen the same things over and over and over and over again, and I really, really do want to help you get to where you want to be in your health, because it really, your quality of health drastically impacts your quality of living. Like so much. And it could be even one of those things where like if you've never really like truly been healthy and in shape, you don't even know what you're missing. But let me tell you, it is such an improvement and it is so worth the work. So fitness is not punishment. Fitness is like some of the highest forms of self-love and self-respect. And one of the best things that you can showcase to your loved ones. It cannot be bought. It cannot be borrowed. It is something that you can only earn. And that is something that nobody can ever take away from you when you do earn it, and you will. You will, if you just stick to the plan. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be consistent over a long period of time. Ideally forever, because why wouldn't you want to be healthy forever? If you got something out of this video, please let me know in the comments, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed the video or if you want something else, something specific for me to make, drop it down below. Also follow me on socials. I'll put those in the description as well. Again, I'll also be linking the 5 basics of health videos at the bottom of this. And if you are looking for a personal trainer, come hit me up. And I got you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.